Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States of America, Barack Obama.
Thank you, everybody.
Wow.
Supreme Court decided Roe v. Wade in January 1973, removing most restrictions on abortion. President Nixon told his special counsel,
Tricky
Chuck
Dick.
Colson, that even though he believed abortion
I am not a
encouraged
crook.
permissiveness, it shouldn't always be out of the question. In another
You see a
music
pattern
about
here.
anti-Semitism, he's talking to evangelist Billy Graham and worries about reaction to the Washington visit of Israeli Prime Minister Golda Meir.
Well, you are a
Israel
crook.
has just shot down a Libyan passenger plane.
Anti-Semitism is more strong. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's something you just resigned and just stepped out of office.
It's happened in Germany. It's happening.
Left in a
It's
helicopter.
going to happen in America if these people don't start behaving. It may be they have a death wish. You know, that's been the problem with our Jewish.
You sound like Mr. Ed.
Well, they've always been, through the Bible at least, God's timepiece, and He has judged them from generation to generation, and,
Millie Graham.
and yet used them, and they've kept...
On Inauguration Day, 1973, on the phone with Colson, President Nixon, ruthlessly pragmatic, justifies the Christmas bombing of Hanoi as necessary to break the deadlock in the
Oh.
peace talks.
We all know that this whole, almost hysteria about the bombing has been a media-created damn thing. Totally. But
Excellent. Wow.
the bombing is over. We're going back to the table, and we're going to have an agreement.
South Vietnam's president, Nguyen Van Thieu,
Excuse. Oh, another butte. Plugs. How you doing, Plugs?
He said in the first 100 days, he's going to let the big banks once again write their own rules. Unchain Wall Street.
Yes.
They're going to put y'all back in chains.
Oh, they're going to put y'all back in chains. Wow. Oh, Robert
They're
Byrd.
much, much better than they've ever been in my life.
Last time I checked, Hillary Clinton considered you a hero.
We, this is my personal opinion, I think we
Last time I checked, you're a grand wizard of the Ku Klux
talk
Klan.
about race too much. I think there are...
Why don't they want to take your statue down? They want to take Robert E. Lee and Christopher Columbus, but your statue's still standing. Why?
I think we've reached a new plateau.
You're a
I think
hero
we're gonna
compared to
keep going
Hillary Clinton.
upward, that understanding and race relations. But I think I just think
Explain.
we talk so much about it that we helped, I think, create somewhat of an illusion.
He's a grand wizard of the Ku Klux Klan.
I think we try to have goodwill. My old mom told me, Robert,
What did she
you
say?
can't go to heaven
Uh-huh.
if you hate anybody.
Well, I guess you're out of luck then.
We practice that. There are white niggers.
Oh, white
A
N-words.
lot of white
Oh,
niggers in my time. You want to use that word,
yeah.
but we've
Well, I guess I had enough of you. Oh, LBJ, let's see what you have to say.
Say, well, you can't have a poll tax. They can say you can't have a gas tax or cigarette tax, anything else. Federal government's telling the states pretty tough what their business is. Now, you can
Right.
say that they can't discriminate, but I've got to prove that it discriminates, and I can't prove it in Texas. There are more niggers voting there than there are white folks. There are more of them buying poll taxes than there are white
You
folks.
said what?
Higher percentage of them. And I can't show that that the literacy test that discriminate against because they haven't got any. They got no test at all. Just by God, anybody that can get up and pay $1.06 can
We're
vote.
the liberals. All right. Well, they want to get your attention, Mr. President. Answer is no. All right. Let's see, people. All right, because this has been a ladies and gentlemen, let's not pretend this is the first time something like this has ever happened. This has happened throughout history, regardless of whether a high legislative congressman, senator, president, vice president, whatever the case may be. This is something that's been going on for years of a history of presidents using vulgarity and racial undertones and LBJ saying a handful of times of saying the N-word. Prior to the Donald Trump's re-election, when they had him recorded making remarks to a female's genitalia, it's absolutely something that I do not approve. None of this should be condoned. It is absolutely insulting. It is vulgar. It is offensive, and it's those things that should not have been said, regardless of whether you're a Trump supporter or not. It's something that's he ought to be careful with, and if that's allegations do come true, he ought to come out and address the situation appropriately as such. Being that said, it's something that's has been done for a very long time. Let's not all pretend this is the first time something like this has happened, and it hasn't been. And I don't see any handful of liberals screaming and yelling and left-wingers going, "Oh yeah, you heard what Obama said when he was at the speech making about Joe Biden when he dropped the F-bomb at that day when he was addressing the crowd." I didn't hear anybody. It was crickets when I heard about that. To me, it was like, okay, hey, we all heard it. It was on the tape. It was clear as day. It was live on camera. We all heard Joe Biden said what he said. Nothing. Almost nothing on the media about what he said. And this is an absolute left-wing agenda coup. This is a silent coup in order to do whatever it takes, even if it means to do the slightest error or the slightest mistake on Twitter or something that he's used in his vocabulary by any means, would it be on Twitter, which I don't think, I personally don't believe he should be tweeting as much. But hey, that's just me. I'm, of course, voted for Trump. Not everything that Trump does, I necessarily agree with. It's often been said that in a group filled with people, if everybody in that people is agreeing on something, one of those people is not thinking. So it's absolutely true that if we all have it's disagreements are okay, but not only okay, disagreements are actually a good thing as long as you show respect and consideration, and in other words, it's fine. Having said that, it's something that's been done before. It's something that should be, get over it. Basically, it's not something that's it's not something that's necessarily that important. Of course, it's not something that's ought to be said that's presidential by the least. But I figure there's a lot more important things to focus on as far as DACA is concerned, as far as immigration, as far as the environmental protection agency, because the Environmental Protection Agency is not really interested in you. The Environmental Protection Agency is not really interested in the environment. They're interested in their budget in order to substantiate their employees to keep working. That's the main focus of the EPA, regardless of what anybody claims from these news media's outlets, this fake news that they put out there. These quote-unquote journalists. I don't even feel comfortable calling it journalism, because I feel as if though journalism has been downgraded a whole another level to the point where I don't even take journalism seriously at this point. But having said that, it's just one of those things that Donald Trump said. We all should, it's not something I approve or condone, but we should all get past it. There are a lot more things that are very important that are going on concerning this world, and we'll address those issues and not let the left-wing agenda try to have this grab your pitchforks and let's all go get them kind of attitude, because it's a Saul Alinsky tactic. It's a Saul and Scare tactic, which means it's the ends that justify the means. And that's all that matters to the left. Being a former liberal myself, I have been there. I know their tactics. I know their skills. They're very skilled when it comes to spreading a lie so often that actually becomes the truth. And that is something that we all have to be careful with. By all means, stay in touch with me. I'm having this my newest YouTube channel called Demand This, primarily focuses on the freedom of economics and prosperity and liberty. And I'll throw in some occasional social issues as well, covering capital punishment and abortion issues and whatnot. And so I'm very looking forward to that. So stay tuned. I'll keep you guys updated. In the meantime, whatever time zone you are right now, I'm in New York, so it's actually kind of late. So I'll be hitting the bed pretty soon. Have a good night. Stay tuned. And remember, short videos, big ideas, 5 minutes at a time, a new world perspective. We're changing it all. And make sure when you share those videos on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever platform, social media platform you're using, use #PragerForce. Thank you. Have a good night.